Good morning, students. Welcome to physics session. In this session, we are going to continue our same lesson, Unit 5, Motion of System of Particles and Rigid Bodies. So today, we are going to see a very interesting concept in this chapter, that is slipping and sliding. A very interesting. Also, we are going to find whether the kinetic energy is pure rolling or not. Let me discuss one by one. So first we are going to discuss about slipping and sliding. So before we enter into this concept, we have to recollect our first video. In first video, we discussed about the rolling motion. So what is rolling motion? When an object is rotate in a linear path, the frictional will be greater than the value. So that is called what? A rolling motion, isn't it? The same concept is introduced here also. When the round object moves, it always tends to roll on any surface which has the coefficient of friction, any value greater than 0. Therefore, so this type of friction enables the rolling motion is called what? Rolling friction. So this type of friction is called as rolling friction, which means the object will be contact with the surface and it will be ready to slide, or it will be ready to move on the surface freely. So this type of friction is known as rolling friction. So using this rolling friction, I am going to find whether the relative motion will be equal contact with any surface or not, and when it will be moving, what about the acceleration? When the object will be increased, the acceleration will be increased, the velocity also increased. When the velocity is decreased, the acceleration also decreased. So using this condition, we are going to find the two conditions. One is sliding and another one is slipping. So first we are going to see about sliding. In sliding, the first condition is the velocity will be greater in translational motion when compared to rotational motion. So that is represented here. So VCM is greater than R omega. Then the translational motion is more than the rotation. In sliding, an object will be moving towards the ground. So it will be in a translational motion. So maximum we can see the object will be covering the distance, not in a rolling path. And the third one, the point of contact has more of velocity in translational than velocity in rotational. Therefore, we can easily find the velocity in the forward direction, which means the object covers in the translational path, not in rotational path, using the point of contact. And fourth one, the kinetic friction Fk is always opposing the relative motion, which means the opposite force will be acted in the applied force. Fifth point, the frictional force reduces the translational velocity and increase the rotational velocity. So for this condition only, the object will be equal to 0 when it will be on a pure rolling. And last point, when sliding is also referred as the forward slipping, which means in a sliding the object will move towards the front, not in opposite side. So it will be considered as a slipping. That is, the sliding is also considered as a slipping in the forward condition. So these are the some important points in the sliding. Next, we are going to discuss about slipping. So this condition you may familiar when you are falling down in the smooth surface, the frictional will be lesser. So the same condition we are going to study here. When the slipping will be takes place, the velocity of the translation motion is less than the velocity in the rotational motion. So which is represented here, VCM is less than R omega. Also, here only the rotational motion is greater than the translational motion. That is represented in the second point. In third point, the point of contact has more in rotational motion when compared to translational motion. That is, the velocity is compared in the point of contact. The rotational motion is greater than the velocity in the translational motion. So as the result, the velocity v is always greater in the backward direction. So that's why we are slipping backside when we are fall down in the smooth floor. And the fourth point, the kinetic friction Fk is always opposing the relative motion. And the fifth point, the frictional force always reduces the rotational velocity and increases the translational velocity. So very important point, which means the frictional force is reduce the rotational motion. So that's why we are going to fall down in the backward direction in the translational velocity, and tends to the object will be as a pure rolling. And the last point, the slipping is sometimes emphasized as a backward slipping. So maximum you are slipping down in the backward of your body. So that's why the velocity will be lesser in translational when compared to rotational. So these are the some important points of the slipping. So you may expect what is the comparison between slipping and sliding. So easily you can write the 6 points. Students, now we are going to discuss about kinetic energy in pure rolling. So already we know in pure rolling both the translational motion and the rotational motion takes place when the object will be moving in a linear path. So it will be considered as a kinetic energy. So we are going to find what is the kinetic energy in pure rolling, whether the condition is satisfied in center of mass and frame of reference. So these are the very important concept we are going to discuss right now. So consider Ke is called a total kinetic energy, and Ke trans is represented as kinetic energy in translational motion, and Ke rot is represented the kinetic energy in rotational motion, which means so separately we are going to find the kinetic energy in translational as well as in rotational motion. So already we know the rolling motion is the combination of translational and rotational motion. So to find the total kinetic energy, so we have to add the sum of the kinetic energy in translational motion and kinetic energy in rotational motion. So now using this formula, we are going to find the total kinetic energy is equal to sum of the kinetic energy in translational plus sum of the kinetic energy in rotational. So consider this is equation number 1. When an object is rolling, therefore the capital M represents the mass of the rolling object, and VCM represents the velocity of center of mass, ICM represents the moment of inertia about the center of mass, and omega represents the angular velocity. So these terms are used when we are going to find the rolling motion for calculating the translational as well as in rotational motion. So what is the speed of the object rolling, and what about the moment of inertia in a circular path? Since we know the value of kinetic energy in translational, so of capital M VCM square, also the kinetic energy in rotational equal to of ICM into omega square. So this is considered as equation number 2. Then substitute this equation 2 value in equation 1, we get Ke equal to of capital M VCM square plus of ICM omega square. This is equation number 3. Since we know the value of ICM equal to mk square and VCM equal to r omega, since we need only the omega value, we rearrange this equation. So we get omega equal to VCM by r. So all these conditions are substituted in the above equation number 3. So we get kinetic energy equal to of m VCM square plus of mk square into VCM divided by r the whole square. Next the whole square will be multiplied inside. So we get kinetic energy equal to of m VCM square plus of mk square into VCM square divided by r square. So I am going to rearrange the right hand side. So I get kinetic energy equal to of m VCM square plus of m VCM square into k square by r square. Now the common terms in the right hand side should be taken outside. So kinetic energy is equal to of m VCM square into 1 plus k square by r square. So this is equation number 4. This equation 4 refers the kinetic energy with respect to the center of mass as the frame. That is, when the object is moving, to calculate the kinetic energy with respect to the center of mass, this equation 4 will be very useful. Then next we are going to calculate the kinetic energy in a point of contact. So I am going to consider the kinetic energy in a rolling motion. We know the formula Ke equal to of I naught into omega square. This is equation number 5. Here I naught represents the moment of inertia about a point of contact, which means we are considering the whole mass as a point mass. So using the parallel axis theorem, we know the formula where I naught equal to ICM plus m r square. Since we know ICM value equal to mk square and substitute in the above term, so we get I naught equal to mk square plus mr square. Then we know the VCM value, that is velocity in the center of mass, equal to r into omega. Since we need only the omega value, so rearranging this term, we get omega equal to VCM by r. So this is considered as the equation number 6. And substitute the equation 6 in equation 5, we get kinetic energy equal to of mk square plus mr square into VCM divided by r the whole square. Then substitute the square value inside, we get of mk square plus mr square into VCM square by r square. Now multiple the of value and the VCM square by r square inside the bracket. So separating this term, we get kinetic energy equal to of mk square into VCM square by r square plus of mr square into VCM square by r square. Now here I am going to take in the common terms in the right hand side. So I get of m VCM square into k square by r square plus 1. Or rearranging the right hand side, we get kinetic energy is equal to of m VCM square into 1 plus k square by r square. So this is equation number 7. This equation 7 represents the kinetic energy in the pure rolling. Also clear that the point of contact also referred. Now from the above two equations, so we can going to calculate the what is the motion of the any one of the following cases. So first condition, the combination of translational motion and rotational motion about the center of mass, or the momentary rotational motion about the point of contact. So using the above two cases, we can easily calculate any one of the following condition. So this is a very important concept, students. So please go through well. Then coming to the end of this session, so in this video we discussed about slipping and sliding. Also we find the what is the kinetic energy in pure rolling. I hope you all clear in this concept. So see you in the next video. Thank you.